mind chose to forget your most painful memory. In We Were Liars, Cadence Sinclair isn't just struggling with memory loss and the lives around her. She's protecting herself from something devastating. Let's talk about how the brain handles trauma. Hello, my name is Dr. Pauline Botchway, a licensed professional counselor, and today we're breaking down and exploring the psychology and the impact on the brain when it experiences trauma. I will do this by talking about Cadence, or Katie, from the new series on Amazon Prime, We Were Liars. Quick recap. Katie is returning to Beachwood Island after a mysterious accident. She has migraines, memory gaps, and emotional detachment. Her family and best friends avoid talking about the accident that led her half naked and unconscious on the beach. So clearly something awful has happened to her, and while the show gives us a puzzle, psychology gives us the names dissociative amnesia and post-traumatic amnesia. Although post-traumatic amnesia, or PTA, and dissociative amnesia are both types of amnesia triggered by trauma, they differ in their causes and characteristics. In dissociative amnesia, it is a mental health condition triggered by severe psychological distress, often related to traumatic experiences like abuse, violence, or neglect. It is a defense mechanism after trauma. Memory loss may be sudden and selective. It is common in people who experience shock, grief, or violence. In Katie's case, we know that she came into summer 16 with significant losses such as her parents' divorce, feeling that she's losing gap, and then her grandmother unexpectedly passing away. Additionally, with dissociative amnesia, there is a loss of memory for personal information, especially traumatic events, with the inability to recall specific events or time periods. Now let's talk about post-traumatic amnesia. This is a traumatic brain injury which can range from mild concussion to severe head trauma. As we saw, Katie did not seem to have had a TBI, which she even said so herself on the show. The symptoms of a PTA include confusion, disorientation, inability to remember events surrounding the injury, agitation, inability to form new memories or recall past events, and uncharacteristic behavior. So far in episodes 1 through 4, it is unclear what Katie has. However, she did mention post-traumatic amnesia, which tells us that she may have suffered a TBI. There is a bit of contradiction here, however, because dissociative amnesia was also mentioned by Katie. Perhaps this is all part of the mystery of the show. And as we get deeper into the season, you see more cracks of each member of the Sinclairs, which gives us a new insight into the family. Family denial and generational trauma. The Sinclair family is emotionally repressive. No one talks directly about emotions or the past. Basically, the way Katie has learned to cope with hardship is by pretending it didn't happen, which, as we've seen similar patterns with her mother and her aunties. Ironically, Katie's accident has created what I call an automatic repression of what happened in summer 16. Katie's identity crisis. Katie no longer feels connected to her old self. In some ways, her isolation from the liars mirrors her isolation from her own mind. This may be due to dissociation. Dissociation is a mental process where a person becomes disconnected from their thoughts, feelings, memories, or sense of identity. It's the brain's way of protecting you when something is too overwhelming to handle consciously. Katie is straddling between summer 16 and summer 17. When repressed memories start resurfacing, Katie's body shuts down. How it feels? Like you're watching yourself from outside your body, as if the world feels unreal or dreamlike. You can't remember parts of your day or events, numbness or emotional detachment, feeling like you're not really there. What happens? Dissociation often happens to response with trauma such as abuse, accidents, loss, intense stress, fear, or danger. Here you go into the fight, flight, or freeze. Basically, dissociation is a survival strategy. Your brain is trying to help you feel less or remember less in the moment. When something is too much, The mind sometimes says, let's step away from this. That's dissociation. In We Were Liars, Katie's memory loss and emotional detachment are examples of dissociative amnesia, a specific kind of dissociation that happens after trauma. Her brain is blocking out the truth to protect her until she's ready to process it. Want more mental health breakdowns from your favorite series? Subscribe and let's keep unpacking.